Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel today, and I hope you're having a great day. So on today's video we are going to be building an audio probe. The parts that you're going to need is a length of guitar cable. I've got a 3-foot length, well, just under 3-foot length. You're going to need a multimeter probe, which is just a single wire connected to a point. You're going to need a 1/4-inch jack. This jack will connect to an amplifier or some kind of signal generator. And you're gonna need an alligator clip that has a little screw on the top, if you can see that screw right there. Lengths of shrink wrap to protect your connections on the actual wires. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to build our section that goes directly to, which would be actually this side of our cable, that goes to our jack. And let's get set up. I'll bring you back and we'll get started. Alright, so we're all set up. The first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pre-tin all of our spots, our wire, and whatnot. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to tin up all of our wire. Then we're going to tin up our jack. Set that aside for a second, and then we'll get our wire in here and solder her up. Okay, so before you start any of this stuff, I'm going to show you some stuff that you're going to have to prep before you get to soldering on this jack. So how I like to build my jacks is I put a large heat shrink to go over my screw-on jacket, and then the sleeve that comes with the jacket and the jack, and then a smaller piece of shrink wrap right here, this blue piece, that will fit over this connection here just for added protection. So it's perfectly resting on our jack itself. Then what you do is you come in with your solder and you just make that connection real solid. Like so. Tin up your iron. Like so, just tin her up. Okay, so after you've got it all soldered up and your connections are nice, we slide this first piece, take our soldering iron, make sure our tip's clean so we're not getting loose solder on there, and then we just take our soldering iron and just melt her down. So you got that up on there like so. The next thing we do is we take our plastic sleeve that comes with the jack itself and slide that over the connection as well. Then, of course, we put our jack sleeve on. Get that super tight so we've got some sticking out. And then we slide our... When you're done, you'll have something that looks like that. And so it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. Let's move on to the next portion of this build. So we've got our probe end. And what we're going to do is, so we know our outside is the ground. Our inside is the positive. And we're going to slide small shrink wrap and then large shrink wrap over this side. Solder up our tip and then just hit this real nice. Make sure it's completely soldered like so. Let it cool a second. Like Coolio. Boom shakalaka. Then we slide that over. Make sure our connection's right in the middle. And then we'll hold each section of this wire and melt it with our soldering iron. It's a clean tip. Like so, and take that jacket off or clamp off, and then we'll put this one on and repeat the process. So we've got a really firm connection. Where's our joint? Right there. So let's get this side. Perfect. So now we've got this lead soldered to this one, and it's a real nice connection. So what we do now is we take our shrink wrap for this cable and we slide it on there. We're gonna shove this wire through and pull it through that little tiny hole right there so we can screw it onto that. And we can put a nice bend on it right there. Just enough so we can get it through this and then into that hole and then pull it through. Okay, we're back through again. You can see it. We just take the wire, wrap it through, and cinch her down. Make sure you wrap it the right way and cinch her down real well, and then slide your jacket over the top of it and you will have a connection. Oops. You will have a connection that looks like this. And so what this will do, then we'll come in with this probe. Let's get her out of the way. We want to be free of the power so we're not fucking it around. And we're going to hook it directly to our ground. Then we got a probe. And we can test our circuit. And you get a signal. Hopefully you can hear that. Okay, so there you have it. You have your audio probe. All it takes is a few parts, readily available parts that you can get anywhere, and all you got to do is know how to do a little bit of soldering. And as you could tell, you get basically it's just a signal generator for testing pedals and whatnot. So I needed one of these around. Now I have one. I can trace signal paths with your schematics. I'll show you what I'm talking about with that. So you have a schematic diagram, and you can trace your signal path with your schematic with one of these probes. And yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This is just a short video today about how you could just build one of these audio probes without having to spend the spendy price of the ones that you get online. That being said, I'm going to say peace out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one.